We're very excited to finally have a chance to properly test the EF-X2 against the vintage Rolands. It won't just be me running tests, other guys at Soundgas are going to be testing this and giving their opinions. So it depends whether you're a guitar player or a noisemonger like me. Each of us will have different opinions on different facets of this machine, and why you might choose it over one of these, or conversely why you might want to choose one of these over this. I will just say that what's been achieved here is something that's not been seen in a very long time. A new high quality tape echo for the 21st century. And hats off to Shane and the team at Echofix for creating something that is truly special and that no tape echo nut like myself would be sorry to own. Over the past 3 decades or so, there have been a few new tape echoes launched, but very few of them have turned out to be of a quality that matches older machines. So we're excited to have a chance to test the EF-X2 against an RE201 and an RE501. Now, why did I choose these? So this is an RE201 that we serviced some time ago. It's not an exceptional one. We felt it was only fair to do the comparison against what we would term an average machine, and it has to be said that Soundgas average machines are pretty special. This is not one of the most expensive machines we sell, and it's not just been serviced. I've been using it for some time, so it's a fair test against the new machine. I included the 501 in this test because on initial listening I felt that the EF-X2 was closer maybe in sound to a 501 than to a 201. Again, this is not some exceptional machine. This is a machine that's been serviced by us, and it's a fair representation of a good RE501. I've balanced the levels in the mixer so that what you're hearing is very close in level, but these machines do have different tonalities which won't come as a surprise to many of you. There is no question that the frequency response of the EF-X2 has a much greater range than the 201. A lot more bottom end. The 501 sits a little bit in between the two. Now, when playing guitar, for example, that level of frequency response is going to be quite something, and I had a very quick go on a guitar through this and it sounded spectacular. Possibly a little bit too clean at times for my taste. However, there is no denying what this can achieve. For electronic music, dub mixing, for me, to get something that gives me closer to what I'm looking for, I have to roll a lot of bass off, which shows the frequency response of this unit. This needs little introduction, and for me is the benchmark of what a good tape echo should sound like. The 501, again, no introduction really necessary. This was Roland's final improvement on the RE series, and so is well placed to go up against the EF-X2. The results of this test will come down a lot to personal taste. Personally, I can see an argument for having one of each of them, which probably won't surprise those who know me. But it's exciting to get these together and to have a new tape echo that does not promise a great deal and then in the flesh disappoint. I will say, I'm not going to pick it up now, but this has a weight to it that matches the older machines, and the quality of construction appears to be very high. I think niggles, this switch possibly might not last as long as these, but that's a small niggle. This is a high quality machine, and it also does things that these guys don't do. But for now, let's have a look at how they compare. I'm going to run a 2-bar loop through each machine, but you're not going to know which machine and which order. First machine. Second machine. Third machine. Any thoughts? Let's go again. First machine. And straight into the second machine. And the third. So what do you think? Which one did you prefer? Here's the first machine. That was the RE501. Here's the second machine. That was the EF-X2. Yes, you've guessed it, the third machine. Here's our old friend, the RE201. So let's have a little mess with the controls. Let's start with the 201 this time. That's very familiar. Let's hear the 501. And now the EF-X2. Now the EF-X2 has a much improved frequency response, and so for me to get that sort of effect that I love from the Space Echo, I found we need to do this. And we'll have another listen to the 201 for comparison. There is definitely something about the 201 for me. One thing I do a lot when dub mixing is switching between the head patterns like this. This is one thing you can't replicate on the EF-X2. When switching between the head patterns, the EF-X2 kills the signal. Of course, that's not to say there isn't something to like about the effect that you get switching between the head patterns on the EF-X2. In fact, I think the nub of my initial explorations is that it's a fantastic machine and it brings another flavour, and that's got to be a good thing. Let's try with a bit of spring reverb. And the 201 for comparison. So what the EF-X2 has is a choice between a spring reverb and a digital reverb. And you can change the reverb decay on the digital reverb. You can also blend the spring and the digital. You may well have already made your decision. Let's have a listen to the 201 again. And back to the 501. Okay, here we go. EF-X2. RE201. RE501. Back to the 201. And back to the EF-X. And we'll have a bit of a longer sound of this one now. (201). And 501. So now we're going to try some timbales, typical reggae beat, and we're starting with the EF-X2. So that was patterns 3, 2 and 7, and on the 201 and on the 501. Now some smoother horns through the EF-X2. And through the 201. And through the 501. Okay, here's a bit of cello with the EF-X2. (201). And now the 501. And now some more string textures, EF-X2. (201). and 501. Now some Marimba, EF-X2. 201. .501. EF-X. And 201. I'm just going to play that loop and switch between them. Here we go. EF-X, starting with the effects. 201. 501. EF-X. 201. 501. EF-X. 201. 501. And here's some keys through the EF-X2. Now the 201. Now the 501. And here's some different rhythms. Here's the EF-X2. And now the 201. And now the 501. Here's some piano with the EF-X2. And with the 201. And with the 501. EF-X2. (201). And 501. And here's a quick vocal loop through the EF-X2.
Run it, take it, tap it back, take it back, let me see you, rock it,
And through the 201.
Run it, take it, tap it back, take it back, let me see you, rock it,
And through the 501.
Run it, take it, tap it back, take it back, let me see you, rock it,
Alright, I'm just going to do some more vocals, but this time a bit more creative messing around with the echoes. This is the 501 to start with.
Run it, take it, back, let me see you,
Let's do another pass, switching between the different head settings.
Run it, take it, tap it back, Run it, take it, tap, let me see, rock it,
And now on the 201.
Run it, take it, tap, let me see you, rock it,
And again.
Run it, take it, back, let me see you, rock it, Run it, take it, back, let me see you, rock it,
And now with the EF-X2.
Run it, take it, tap, let me see you, rock it, Run it, take it, back, let me see you, rock it, Run it, take it, back, run it, take it, tap, let me see you, rock it.
So you can't do the same thing switching between the heads on the EF-X2 as it cuts the signal out. However, it does this, which is very cool.
Run it, take it, tap, let me see you, rock it. Run it, take it, tap, let me see you, rock it,
Yeah, the motor on-off switch allows the tape to slow down and speed up, which is very cool. Well, thank you. I hope you've enjoyed this comparison between the Echofix EF-X2, the Roland RE201 and the RE501. It's a very capable machine. For anyone who doesn't like the idea of a vintage tape echo, then the EF-X2 is a winner. And the rock solid construction and reliability should make it an option for those wishing to take a tape echo out live. That said, for me, I prefer the sound of the older machines, but not everyone has machines that sound as good as these do. Both these machines have been serviced and restored by us, but neither of them have been worked on for quite some time. These are machines that have been running for quite some time, so they're not brand new, freshly serviced. That said, there is something that for me is just right about the 201, and if you like a cleaner sound, the 501 has it in spades. It's not surprising that Nils Frahm uses them live. There are some things to like and some things I don't like about the Echofix. I don't like the way the sound cuts out when you switch between head patterns. That robs me of one of my favourite tricks on the Rolands, to have the feedback set quite high and be switching between the head patterns to get rhythmic effects. However, it more than makes up for that with the motor on-off switch, which is just fantastic, and anyone who wants those sort of dub speed up, slow down tape effects, this is your man. So yeah, it's been really interesting. The guys have been doing some guitar tests, and I know when I plugged a guitar into this I really enjoyed the results. So yeah, it's been great fun comparing these machines, and there's a lot to like about the new Echofix machine, especially if you don't want to take on a vintage tape echo. That said, it's still a tape echo, and perhaps if you don't want the hassle of a tape echo, then you maybe need to consider, do you really want a tape echo? But for those of us who love tape, the Echofix EF-X2 is another flavour that brings something different to the table. And I'm very pleased indeed to have had the chance to play with it, and I suspect we'll be keeping one at Soundgas. Thanks very much for watching. This is Tony from Soundgas. I'll see you soon.